Hello, my friends. There have been a lot of questions coming my way about the mabu, the horse stance versus the horse riding posture, and I'm going to cover a couple of them now. One of the first questions has to do with what area of the body are you working other than the thighs when you revolve or rotate as opposed to just standing there? This is a very good question. So if I'm going to go into this horse stand, this is really wide, but let's say I go at about this position, just a little wider than shoulder width. Once I sink and I get to that level where my buttocks and the bottoms of my thighs, the hamstrings, are parallel to the ground, now I begin to rotate. And as you begin to rotate, put your hand on your left buttock as you turn and notice, feel all over the place. Go to the gluteus maximus, the minimus, minimus, medius, etc. and notice how when you move, just that first movement of rotating, that whole area gets activated in a major way. So now I'm sitting here, I'm in my horse, and now I start to rotate. So I want these spindly, twisting muscle fibers to get activated. And then I come back to the center, and then I twist some more. Got this piston action going. And I come back to the center, and I twist some more. And then when I take a break, this is key. When I take a break, you can jump back in, or you can go, oh my God, and bring yourself back in, or you can be really technical and do this with your feet. But once you're there, big breath and press down. The reason you want to take this big breath and press down is it brings all the energy you've been gathering and that's moving around in your body, and it condenses it down to the second brain, the battery pack. The other thing is it gives you this feeling of completion. You're done with that round. Now the question of how long? How long should I sit in the horse stance? As I mentioned in the previous video, the time I had to do it in order to graduate from the class at University of Iowa was 2 minutes. You had to be able to do the horse stance, revolving horse stance, for 2 minutes to pass the course. All right, so that is a possible should that I can give you. How long should I do it? The real answer is, how long do you want to? And secondly, where are you now? See, you might not even be able to get this low yet. Maybe you can only go this far. Well, if that's the case, then you work on this, and let's say after 30 seconds, you're shaking all over the place. 30 seconds is enough. Take a break, press down, then rest about a minute or two, then do another set of 30 seconds. Rest a couple minutes, do another set. 30 seconds again is relative. It could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes. But you don't try to get out of your comfort zone and go beyond pain and so on the very first time you do this. Let it evolve. Let the changes, let the strength, let the endurance come to you spontaneously and naturally. And it will. Not by force, spontaneously. The last question for this session has to do with flexibility. Can I improve my flexibility from this horse stance posture? And the answer is yes, both. Whether my feet are in the shoulder width or a little wider than shoulder width position and I'm holding still, or if I go wider, both of them are hitting the adductors, hitting the areas of the groin that will allow you to do the frontal splits and the side splits over time. Again, the way to get to where you're comfortable, or maybe a little bit uncomfortable, is to open, 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 open. Now that gives you this shoulder width or a little beyond shoulder width stance. If you really want to hit the adductors even more, then you go out again, and there you are. So now you start to sink. You start to sink, and you get your ass and your hamstrings parallel to the ground. And you'll start feeling in these crevices. You'll start feeling that this is going to make you more flexible. So then when you finish, you work on your tiger moves of being able to jump back to where you started. This video I just gave you totally kicks ass. And you know what else does? My best-selling book, Combat Conditioning, as well as another one that I've been involved with for a long time, Psycho-Cybernetics. Get both of these, get them, read them, and change your life for the better. By the way, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and pass this video on to somebody you care about, because it will change his or her life, making them another person who can get up and say, I am kicking ass and I am taking names.